Hello everyone, my name is Kanika and I'm a chartered accountant qualified in November 2015. Um, Today we are gonna actually understand Ind AS 105, right? The Ind AS is about non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operations. So let me make you one thing very clear that this topic is obviously available in many books, available in many YouTube videos, but purpose of my teaching is to make this concept very clear, and I'll teach in such a way that will help you to retain it for a very long time. Right? So let's start with this chapter of Ind AS 105. So, first of all, what is this Ind AS all about? This Ind AS is about the presentation and disclosure of all non-current assets, right? Presentation and disclosure of all non-current assets. And second thing is that this applies it's when we come to measurement part, right? So let's just a minute. Yes, this thing that the presentation and disclosure, right? When we come over it, the next thing it talks about the measurement. Measurement applies on all non-current assets except five. That is DTA. DTA means deferred tax assets, agriculture, insurance contracts, financial assets, and financial liabilities. So this Ind AS talks about presentation of these assets, but not about the measurement of these assets. Right? Measurement means the amount with which this these assets will be presented, would be disclosed, right? So we have kept a mnemonic for it, that is dive, which would help in this Ind AS on to understand this AS as we go further, as we proceed. So two things we have learned, that this Ind AS is applicable on all non-current assets. This Ind AS talks about presentation and disclosure of all non-current assets and measurement of all non-current assets except five. That is DIF, DTA, agriculture, insurance contracts, financial assets, and financial liabilities. Right? So let's proceed. So classification of non-current assets as held for sale. Non-current assets held for sale. So first of all, let's understand its meaning. What do we actually mean by non-current assets held for sale? Meaning is that the whatever are the future economic benefits of an asset, right? We call a thing as asset when it has some economic benefits, future economic benefits. So whatever are the future economic benefits of an asset, if that can be recovered only through sale rather than its use, means we can recover the economic benefits only by sale and not by its use, that is what we call a non-current asset as held for sale. Simple. Means if we use that asset, we will not be able to recover its benefits. We can recover its benefits only if we sell that asset. Right? So I hope the meaning first of all is clear with this. What do we actually mean by non-current assets as held for sale? Right? So if we read that meaning here, meaning is the future economic benefits will primarily be recovered only through sale rather than use, right? So now let's talk about what are the conditions. What are the conditions to be satisfied for classification? Conditions. So primarily there are two conditions. Basically, if we talk about, there are two conditions that are to be satisfied for classification of an asset as held for sale. The first condition is the sale is highly probable, right? When the sale is highly probable, this is the first condition, means the probability of selling that asset is high. That is the first condition. And the second condition is asset should be asset should be available for immediate sale. This is the second conditions. Means there are two conditions. First is that the probability to sell the asset is high, and second thing that the asset is available for immediate sale, right? So let's understand these two conditions. First condition is the probability to sell is high. So what do we actually mean by this? That the management is committed to sell that asset, right? Second thing is the management is actively looking for buyer search. Third thing is price that management has kept to sell the asset is reasonable. If the price is not reasonable, then who will buy the asset, right? So these and the next one is that management expects that the asset will be sold within 12 months, right? And there is very low chance of change in plan of management to classify that asset as held for sale, right? There are very low chance for that. One this thing, right? So I hope you have understood the first condition, that probability to sell the asset is high. So there are five sub conditions under that. First thing is management is committed. Second is management is actively looking for a buyer. Third is price is reasonable. Fourth is the expectation to sell that asset is within 12 months, and there is very low chance of change in plan. This is the third condition, right? Then we come to the next condition, that is asset is available for immediate sale in the present condition. What do we mean by this? That there should be no material activity pending on the asset. Yeah, minor activity that can be done, immaterial activity that can be done, but no major activity, right? So let's proceed. I hope you have understood till this what we have studied yet. What Where this index is applicable, that is on all non-current assets, is presentation, its disclosure, its measurement except those five, right? Then we come over the meaning of and non-current assets. Held for sale, that is its future economic benefits can be recovered only through sale rather than its use. Then we come over the conditions. There are primarily two conditions, that the probability to sell is high, and second thing is that it's immediately available for sale in present condition, right? So let's proceed. Held for sale, it can be a sale of an individual asset, right? It can be sale of an individual asset, or it can be disposal group. Disposal group means individual asset can be sold with other asset or other liability or a goodwill. So that is a sale of a disposal group. So, and I hope you have understood the difference between two. Held for sale individual asset means individual asset is sold. Disposal group means a group asset is sold in a group. So when there is in both the condition, it can be a DCO or a non-DCO. DCO means so let's talk about non-DCO first. So what about its presentation? Presentation is normal here. Normal presentation means presentation in balance sheet. Means in balance sheet, how will present it? Current under the head current assets, under that subhead other current assets, under that asset for sale. So we'll present it here. This was this part. Under individual asset, how will gonna present it? It is under balance sheet. If the presentation is very same, if the sale is of disposal group, if it is a non-DCO, will present it as the same way, but will give details also. There is a group now, there are many assets sold, so we'll give details of separately of DTA, it can be a financial asset, etc, etc. So we'll give details. If now let's talk about if the individual asset is a DCO. What is DCO? Discontinued operation means the core business of an entity, right? Major component of an entity, major line of business, right? So if that is sold, then there is a special disclosure also. Please mind it, also means Normal disclosure is there, but with that we have to give some special disclosure also, both in case of individual asset and in case of disposal group also. So what about the special disclosure, what we need to disclose here? What was there in normal disclosure, we disclosed in balance sheet, right? In special disclosure we are gonna disclose in P&L, in cash flow, and the gain and loss on reclassification. In P&L will show the PBT from DCO, that is profit before taxation, profit after taxation, EPS, tax expense, like this. And cash flow from DCO, and here we show the gain and loss. So I hope this topic is clear. um, let's proceed to accounting treatment. Accounting treatment of an individual asset. We the accounting treatment which we will learn in three steps: before classification, on classification, and after classification. Which classification I'm talking about? Classification as held for sale, right? Which this Ind AS actually talks about. So accounting treatment in of individual asset before classification, there are two things. Before classification, you will apply original standards, right? First thing, and second thing, there would be an impairment testing, right? Original standards which we follow of depreciation, of revaluation, like that. And second thing, we will do the impairment testing under Ind AS 36, right? On classification, what we'll do, on classification will compare the current assets with fair value minus CTS, right? If there is any change, we'll record that change in profit and loss. If there is earlier any revaluation reserve, we'll transfer it, will retain it, right? And whenever there will be a sale of that asset, we'll transfer it to retained earning. This was the second classification. If after classification, what we'll do, we'll charge no depreciation, there will be no treatment of Ind AS 36, there will be no revaluation. What we'll do, will each year compare current assets with fair value minus CTS till the time the asset is sold, and whenever there is a change, we'll record that change in profit and loss, right? I hope the accounting treatment is clear. Okay, let's proceed. What would be the accounting treatment in case of disposal group? The accounting treatment is same, except that the loss first will transfer to goodwill, and secondly to other current assets, except that DIF which we talked about in the starting itself. DIF, because actually there is no measurement impact on these five assets. I told you in starting that this Ind AS does not apply on the management, on the measurement of those five assets, right? So will not transfer this loss in those five assets, in other assets will transfer it. So I hope this is clear. Let's proceed now. If classification is done after balance sheet date and before approval, then simply there is no accounting treatment, no presentation, just disclose the fact as per Ind AS 10. Disclose the fact as per Ind AS 10. Okay, now this topic is done. Fine. If there is a change in plan, so when can there be a change in plan? First of all, change in plan can be management says, okay, there is a change in plan, then okay. But in other case, it can be if after 1 year the asset is not sold. We'll check first what are the delay reasons, and second, whether the management is actually committed, right? And after that, what will decide whether there is a change in plan or to continue the same status of held for sale, right? If in case there is a change in plan, what would be the accounting treatment, right? Follow the original standards again, like those of Ind AS, like 16 of depreciation and revaluation, whatever will follow that. And the carrying amount will be recoverable amount on date of change in plan, or the current assets held for sale minus depreciation, means as if there has been no classification, right? So I hope this topic is clear. Let's revise once more in just 2 minutes. So Ind AS 105 is about non-current assets held for sale, and DCO means discontinued operations. So this Ind AS talks about presentation and disclosure of all non-current assets. Measurement applies to all non-current assets except those 5. We have a mnemonic for that, DIF. So mind it that it does not apply only on its measurement of these 5 assets. Otherwise it talks on presentation, so we follow this standard, right? So classification of non-current assets is held for sale, meaning that future economic benefits can be arrived only through sale and not through use. Conditions, there are two conditions: that the sale is highly probable, second, the asset is available for immediate sale in present condition. Highly probable, how we come to know? Management is committed, they are actively looking for buyer, price is reasonable, expects the sale in 12 months, and there is very low chance of change in plan. Secondly, of this immediate sale, I've told you, no material activity is pending on that. Held for sale individual asset, it can be a disposal group, can be a DCO or non-DCO. In case of non-DCO, there is only normal disclosure, that is in balance sheet. In case of DCO, there is a special disclosure plus normal disclosure. What is a special disclosure? Is in P&L, cash flow, and that gain and loss, right? So what about accounting treatment? Before classification, it's apply original standard, and there would be an impairment testing. On classification, there would be a comparison, any change would be recorded in profit and loss. After classification, same, there would be no original standards, just comparison will go on and change will be transferred to profit and loss. Accounting treatment in case of disposal, loss would first be considered in goodwill and then other current assets except DIF, right? If classification is after balance sheet date, then no accounting treatment, no presentation, just disclosing of the fact as per Ind AS 10. If there is a change in plan, then follow original standards and carrying amount will be recoverable amount on date of change of plan, or current assets held for sale minus depreciation, means as if the asset was not classified as held for sale. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. So do revise and practice, because that is the key to success. Okay, so thank you very much.